Hello, everyone. Good morning. Can we hear me? Well, welcome to today's money market review. Can we please hear me? If you can hear me, you can please type yes so that we can continue. Right? Can we hear me, please? Yes. All right. Good morning once again. My name is Jeremiah, and then we'll be together for the next few minutes, looking at instruments where we can take positions. Right? All right. Thank you very much for the acknowledgement. All right. Okay. So before we before we proceed into look at the chart properly, let me quickly give us an idea of what exactly we are looking out for before we then begin to take positions on our chart. All right. So first off, it's always wise to start off with the fundamentals. So let us start off with the fundamentals. Let us go over to forexfactory.com and look at what we have today and also for this week. Fundamentals we have both for today and this week. All right. So for today, I've included both the low impact and no impact. So for today, we don't have any major impact news. Apart from that, Canadian in Canada, they have a bank holiday today. So there won't be so much liquidity coming from the Canadian sector. Yeah, so they are observing Remembrance Day. Today's a Remembrance Day, right? So today's a public holiday in Canada for all banks. So aside that, we don't have any other major or medium impact news. Now, so today we can trade technically more. We can trade more to the side of technicals as we don't have fundamentals that we expect, pre-planned fundamentals that we expect to affect the market today. Tomorrow we have one for Great Britain pounds and then AUD and USD. Okay, tomorrow we have USD CPI tomorrow. So let me remove the the low and no impact. So tomorrow we have CPI for tomorrow, USD. Wednesday we have PPI USD. Thursday we have USD unemployment claims. Friday, so we expected so much high impact news on the USD for this week. So majorly those of us who are day traders, we want to be extra careful on how we pick trades on the USDPS, or we should rather position and take advantage of the volatility that the news is going to cause, all right? So fundamentally today, we can trade more technically, and then down the week, we'll now have to be conscious of our trades because of the news that's coming out for the US dollar, all right? Technically, what are the things we are looking out for before we pick our trades? So before we go on to the chart, we should have an idea of things that would make us to buy or sell at any point in time. What is it that we can see that can make us to buy or sell? So, for example, one of the things that can allow us to buy, I want to quickly lay out some diagrams that we can see and buy when we see a scenario playing out like this, that is price moving in an uptrend, creating higher highs and higher lows. So we can opt for a buy. So when we see a clear uptrend like this on any chart or any time frame, and then look out for a buy. Another reason why we might want to buy is when we see price take out a resistant area and then gives us a nice breakout and retest. So that would be another reason for us to enter a buy. See it? So let's say this is our resistance, and price does breakout and retest. I want to enter a buy. So this is breakout, and retest of a resistance. Resistance. Yes. See, this is another reason why we want to enter a buy. And then the third reason why we'd like to enter a buy is when we see price at support. What kind of support? Of course, horizontal one. Talking majorly now about the horizontal support. So when we see price turn to an area where it has changed direction from before, yes, we might want to for a buy, something like this. Third reason is to buy at horizontal support. Buy at horizontal support. Yeah. So for these are three reasons. For any of these are reasons, the sign to always see, the sign to always see, uh, either in an uptrend or breakout and retest or buy at horizontal support. Because I use more of price action, is simply two opposite candles. See, it's just two opposite candles, and then we are good to go. So the first one, of course, for any of these ones, we always need a red first, and then followed by a green, followed by a green. Even if there's a doji in between them, it's not a problem. The green can be longer, shorter, equal, smaller, as long as a bull candle, we're fine. The size of the green candle does not really matter. That longer, shorter, equal, smaller than the red, and they can be a doji in between. It's perfectly fine. It's perfectly normal. You can even have a doji in between them. So any of these three reasons for us to buy, this must be the concluding factor for us to enter the buy. And for the sells, number one, we have just the flip side of all that I've just illustrated. If we see a downtrend, I'm simply giving us what we are going to look out for. So this will be our guide in our reasons to enter a trade. You see, if we see a downtrend, we can easily enter a sell trade, or if we should see a breakout and retest of a support, see, breakout and retest of a support, we also enter a sell. So, see, this is a support. Then I can see a breakout and retest of a support. That's here. Breakout and retest test of a support. This would be my second reason to enter a sell, or if we should see price returning to an horizontal resistance. See, price returning back to an horizontal resistance. That is actually another reason to enter a sell. Yes, you will have to wait for the close of the candle, Mr. Uchechukwu Emmanuel, but you have to allow the candle to close. Yes, the closing position of a candle is more important than the opening, the high or the close. And when it comes to entry, the closing position of a candle is the most important part of that candle. All right, so let's go on. So in all of this, we have um, the third one now is to sell at horizontal resistance. See, just sell at horizontal resistance. So sell at horizontal resistance. See, and then the signal to sell for any of these ones, the signal to sell for any of these ones is simple. We just need two opposite candle as well. And what are those candles? It's a green candle. First, for any of these signs to sell, we need to see a green candle first, and then followed by a red candle. So it doesn't matter the size of the red candle. It can be longer, shorter, smaller, as long as it's two opposite candles. And then we can have a doji in between them. We can also have a doji in between them. That's very, very fine. It's very, very, very fine, right? So let's now go over to the chart now and then um, look out now for positions, right? So I'm going to share the screen of my MT4, right? So we can start from the USD pairs. So I like to do top-down analysis. We'll start from the higher time frame and then work our way to the lower time frame. All right. So I'm presently on the chart of Australian dollar, US dollar. Right. So we know for a fact that US dollar has been dominating the major currency pair for a long while. Then up until last week, we then, due to the NFP that came out for USD that was very ugly for the USD. We then have some we have some days where the US dollar was, and then the US dollar has obviously recovered again. So right now, on the pair of Australian US dollar, the daily time frame, the market is consolidating. It's consolidating. This is a wide range consolidation. So the difference between a close range and a wide range is that for the wide range, even though it's consolidating, there is still an amount of move in it, right? So if I'm going to pick this trade as a swing trader, I'm trading from the daily time frame, obviously, I need this particular candle to close bullish before I can think of a buy. I need this particular candle to close bullish. So a swing trader would not want to take position now until there's a bullish close of a candle here, all right? But remember, US dollar has CPI, PPI, and all of that. So let's scale down to the lower time frame, see what we can find. So if I scale down now to the lower time frame, of course, the last trend I'm seeing is a downtrend. It's a downtrend. I'm looking at a clear downtrend on the Aussie dollar. All right. Now, in line with what we said, that one of the reasons for us to sell, and see this downtrend is going down very smoothly. See, this is a clear downtrend. So because this is a clear downtrend, out of the scenarios that we painted out that can make us to sell, we can see this downtrend here. For this downtrend, you notice that I'm always highlighting this pullback. This pullback, I like pullbacks that goes back to the previous lower low, pullback to the previous lower low. Then we'll see our symbol and then enter a sell. So the trend we are seeing on Aussie dollar is in line with our first reason to sell here. So if I go back to the chart now, it means for me to sell, this price has to give me a pullback to the previous lower low. So I need to see price pull back to this area here, which is also serving as a breakout and retest. See, that is also probably a turncoat resistance. So this place that I'm highlighting as blue area, which is also the previous lower low, is where I expect to see my green first, followed by red. Then I can enter my sell and enter a sell from here. But price has to pull back to this place, to this highlighted green, blue area for the pattern that I'm expecting to be complete, for my reason to sell to be concrete, when I will enter my sell. See, it's very simple logic, just basic logic. So if you're thinking, can I enter a buy now down to this place? And it's actually subjective. If you're a high risk taker, this can only give you a 1:1, and presently now price does not have a clear direction yet now. So a buy for me is of a higher risk, but a sell for me at this area is very, very good. It's very, very good. What is the price at the blue sell area? It's around 0.63940. 0.63940. That's where it is. Yeah. So there's a logic I do use as well if I'm expecting kind of confirmation there. And so that I don't get carried away, I can just move down to my demo and insert a sell limit there. See, I can insert a sell limit here, and then my stop loss will be above, then my take profit will be down. So once the trade is triggered on my demo account, I'll then come back and check if my signal for sell is visible there. If I can see the green first followed by red, then I can enter my sell. All right. So Aussie dollar sell, wait for price to pull back to this area so that the pattern can be complete. All right. And if you're a lover of trend lines, if you like to use trend lines as well to trade, I don't intend to make this chart very, very. Let me move all of this first. So if you're a lover of the trend lines, of course, and you connect that first to, also going to say that once price returns back to this area, which is the retest area, they begin to position for a sell. So AUD USD sell. Next now is the NZD USD pair. All right. It's also in a downtrend. It's also in a downtrend. AUD and NZD, most times they do similar move. They do similar move, right? So I'm also thinking of a sell trade here on the NZD USD. Why? Because it is moving in a downtrend, lower low, lower high. The most important part of a downtrend is the lower high. Once the lower high is not yet violated by price, the price is still trending downwards. Doesn't matter what you think. In fact, you're not even supposed to think about it. You're just supposed to obey what the chart is trying to tell you. Then you would have good trade entries. So for me to enter a sell, I need price to pull back and then I begin to position for a sell. Right? So AUD USD, NZD USD, I'll be positioning for a sell. All right. So the next pair is the Euro USD. So let's start again from the higher time frame. All right. So the Euro USD has been pushing up for quite a while now. We can see a clear uptrend from the daily time frame, which is the higher highs and the higher lows, right? Higher highs and higher lows. If we scale down to a lower time frame, price is not violating any higher lows on the higher time frame. So you see, this is a higher low, and then this is also another higher low. You see, the price is not violating it. Now we expect price to create higher highs. So from the H4 downwards, it starts to consolidate. But this kind of consolidation is also a high, is a wide range consolidation. It's a wide range consolidation. All right. So Euro USD, because price is pushing up from the daily time frame, from the H4 time frame, is consolidating. I am not seeing price violating any important levels. So I'll be positioning for a buy, positioning for the buy on the Euro USD as a day trader. All right. This can give me a smooth 1:2. So I can already see the break of this place. So if I'm going to take this in line with our reasons to buy, if I take this back here, so our reasons to buy is I can see that for the reasons to buy, reason number 3 is what is playing out now. So anytime reason number 3, this one here, has started, it will then create this reason number 1, and then we can then possibly see reason number 2. So price must move up from the support level first before an uptrend will then be created. All right. So can we see any support level here? Yes, I can see the support level here on the Euro USD H1 time frame. As a day trader, I can see the support level, and I can now begin to see the higher highs and the higher lows. See, I now see higher highs and higher lows. So price has to create a new higher high for me. Yeah, it has done that. A close above this place would be a higher high. So I don't need to add too much confluence. As a day trader, I only need an average of 20 to 40 pips to make my day. All right. So for the Euro USD, I'll be positioning for a buy. So at what area would I like to buy from? Like to buy now, then put my stops here, just below the previous lower high, and then my take profit can just be here. So this is equal to a 1:1. So let me do that on my MT5 account. So I go to the chart of Euro USD on my MT5. Chart window, templates. Yeah. So as a day trader, I can easily get a 1:1 on this instrument. You can use whatever lot size you deem fit. I'll buy now, and then my stop loss will just be below the previous higher low, and I can get a nice 1:1. Right. So Euro USD, each one time frame is in line with our buy requirements, and then we've entered the buy. Right. Those of us who are asking for the sell prices for NZD USD and AUD USD. Okay, let me quickly type that for us, then we'll move on. Quickly type that for us. For the AUD USD, the retest area where I'm expecting to see my signal to sell is anything from here. AUD USD. AUD sell area. I need to price to pull back and see the retest. So NZD USD. NZD USD test of this area to position for the sell. NZD sell area. Yeah. So whichever one happens first is one I would stay with, right? But presently now for the Euro USD, because we've seen all our criteria for is a buy, we've activated a buy on it already. All right. So let's go over to the next pair. Done 3 USD pairs right now. Let's move over to the next pair. The USD CHF. The USD CHF. All right. So top down analysis. The USD CHF from the higher time frame is pushing bullish. It's pushing bullish. It's pushing bullish. How do I know that? This is higher highs and higher lows. I'm saying this year was an uptrend. See, this was an uptrend, and then price has done a break and retest of this area. See, this is our signal to enter the retest level in line with scenario number 2 for our reasons to buy. Then right now we're expecting price to create a new higher high. All right. So until proven otherwise, except price is taking out important levels. If price is not violating any important levels of the chart, then it is still an uptrend, right? So let's scale down to the lower time frame. Let's scale down to the lower time frame. On the 4 hours time frame right now, we're seeing a present consolidation. But if we should label the higher highs and higher lows, is price violating any of those important areas? No. So the most important part of an uptrend is the higher the higher low. All right. The higher low. So where are the higher lows? This is the higher low. And then this is also another higher low. See? And then we have the lower low now turned lower high. This was where price broke the previous lower high. See? So don't let me put too much things on the chart. So USD CHF, I'm still in line with the bulls. So I'm still in line with the buys. Regardless of what we can see, we just need to trade in line more of the time with what the higher time frame is doing. Right. So as a day trader on USD CHF, what out of those our reasons to buy, which one are we seeing playing out here? It is reason number two. How do I know that? This place used to be a resistance before. So you can see this place used to be a resistance before where price broke and change direction from. Now price has broken that area and then it has done the retest. See, this is the latest higher low. So our signal to enter a buy, this place here where price is right now. Remember that our signal to enter a buy at every point in time is a bearish candle followed by a bullish candle for any reason to buy. So I need to see a bullish candle here. So USD CHF, I need to see a bullish candle in that area for me to buy. So the reason I'm buying is because of the weakness of the Switzerland franc, not because of the strength of the US dollar per se right now, but because due to the weakness of the Switzerland franc. All right. So we want to, as much as possible, trade in line with what the big boys are doing, what the market movers are doing. Right. So USD CHF, please wait for a bullish candle to close in that area, and then we can position for a buy. All right. So let's go on. Let me go next to the next pair. I've done 5 pairs for USD pairs. So let me just touch on the USD JPY for a while, and then we'll move on to the next thing. So the US JPY is approximately in an, if I'm not mistaken, in an all-time high area. So we want to be extremely, extremely careful. The only concepts that I have right now for the USD JPY pair is the best time to buy is anytime it has done a major pullback. So right now it's in a resistant area. Speaking from the day trader perspective, it's in a resistant area. I don't have enough reason to sell now. I would have loved to sell if price is violating any key area like this area. If I see price, take out this level, and then I can then see a pullback so that it will be in line with my reason to sell, and then I can sell. But price is not doing that. So I know that if this price should pull back, and it's not taking out this previous higher low, then I'm buying. Or I can easily wait for a breakout and retest. Easily wait for a breakout and retest. But we want to be careful with the USD JPY as it is in an all-time high area. Now, all of this is being guided, obviously, by the US index. So the US index just completed a breakout and retest of this resistance. And remember, anytime price is pushing to the upside, it will be breaking old resistance and turning them to a support. So from the large perspective, on the US index level, this is a very important level on the UX index. It's a key level on the US index for the daily time frame. And then we can already see a breakout and retest of that area. You see, it's a breakout and a retest of that area. And price is not violating that level. So if the US index is pushing bullish, that is strength for the US dollar, because that's one of the key components of knowing the strength of the US dollar. It means most pairs against the US dollar is going to bend to the strength of the US dollar. So there's still so much area to cover. Areas on the US index daily time frame that were formerly functioning as resistance are now being changed to support levels. So more strength for the US dollar. But we need micro informations, which is the CPI and PPI, to either support or go against this rule, and then we begin to take better position. So UX index is very important for us to look at if we are looking at longer positions on US pairs. All right. So let me move down to other currency pairs. Let me move down to the currency pairs. the JPY pairs. So let me move down to JPY pairs very fast, then go on. JPY obviously has been weak for a lot of time, and then people were just taking advantage of the bullish move. All right. So I'm presently on the chart of AUD JPY. AUD JPY. Is price violating any key area? Yeah, price is violating some major key areas on the AUD JPY chart. So right now, price has taken out an important area for the AUD which is this area, this resistance. Price has broken it. So we expect price to now give us this our second reason. See, this is our second reason to buy, reason number two. You break out and retest of a resistance. So if I go back to the chart of AUD see, I can see a break. So now I need a pullback, which is also be serving as a retest. See, now that is going to give me it. That is going to be formed either with a bull, with a bearish candle, or with some bearish candles. So once I see that back to this resistance area to change it to support, then I can position for a buy, take my buys and my stops under my take profits up. See, AUD please position for a buy after a pullback or a retest. See, if I scale down, if I go over again to NZD JPY, I'm supposed to see similar move. Now the NZD JPY is consolidating, so we want to take trades that gives us the most profitable scenarios, the most profitable scenarios. All right. Um. So if you're asking for a buy price on the AUD JPY, the breakout and retest, I'm expecting it to give that to us. So AUD JPY, right? Buy area. Buy area would be here. Yes. Yes. Position for buy at that area. So let me move faster a bit. Euro JPY, of course. Euro JPY is one pair that was making money bullish move. We are just counting, we're leveraging on the weakness of the Japanese yen. All right. So it's also approaching an all-time high area. So we want to be careful with the buy as well. The best time to buy on any JPY pair. That's the logic is the best time to buy on any JPY pair is when it has created a higher low or a pullback. So just wait for pullbacks. Let it create higher low on any JPY pair and then can begin to scale in for a buy. British pounds JPY, just wait for a breakout and retest of this resistance. We can position for a buy. CHF JPY, wait for breakout and retest or a pullback. And then we can position for a buy. It's all the same for almost all of the JPY pairs. We are simply leveraging on the weakness of the Japanese yen, all right? Because it's not taking out any major levels. On any of them, just wait for a pullback on them, and then we can get for our buys, right? So next now, this is Australian dollar, Canadian dollar, right? I think this pair, it's one pair that is going to give us so much this week. I think so strongly if we can just pay attention to what I'm about to say now on this pair. I believe strongly that we're going to make good profit from it. How do I know that? All right. So from the top-down analysis, again, on the daily time frame of Australian dollar, Canadian dollar, we've seen now the price has moved from this major support. Price has moved from this major support. That's one. And then price has also taken out a previous lower high. See, a key level on the Australian dollar, Canadian dollar daily charts, previous lower high. Price has taken it out. So it means that what we have now is a breakout. We already have a breakout and then this is our retest. This is our retest right now. We have a major breakout and retest, and then we expect the end of this retest to give us a bearish and a bullish candle signal. What is what we have right now? So we already have the bearish candle. We have the doji in between, and then we expect this bull candle to close bullish today. We expect the candle to close bullish today. So if I take all of that out, I expect price to give me a close of a bullish candle today, so as I can enter a buy as a swing trader. And as a swing trader, if I should take a buy on this chart, might be targeting as high as this for my take profit, and then as low as this for my stop loss. Of course, my first take profit, which has a higher probability of making money, is here. All right. Now you see those pullbacks that this AUD CAD has created here. Let me quickly give us one very simple logic, if I may. So let's say I want to represent the daily candle with this red line. So let me go here and say this red line I'm about to mark now is for the D1. So you see, if the D1 is pushing bearish, the D1 is just going down, pushing bearish, or D1 is in an uptrend and then it is now doing a pullback. So let's say this is an uptrend on the daily time frame. See, price is doing this. That is the daily time frame. Change this to now you see the second one I want to highlight now. Change the color to red. Let me say that is H1. So if the D1 is doing this, this is what the H1 will be doing. The H1 inside of it, the H1 inside of it will be creating something like this. Let me change this color to red. See, it's pushing up like this inside of it. And then by the time it's starting the pullback, it will take out this previous higher low and then go up again. Then do something like this. Essentially, what I'm trying to do, this is not looking like I want it to look. What I'm trying to say is that anytime that the higher time frame, just like this guy here is pushing bearish, is doing a pullback. You see this pullback that this D1 is doing, it will be seen as a complete downtrend on the 1 hour time frame. This down move that D1 is doing as a pullback will be seen as a complete downtrend on the H1 time frame. So if I scale down to the H1 time frame, I'm going to see a clear downtrend. You see, this is a clear downtrend. All of this downtrend on the daily time frame is what has created this downtrend on the H1 time frame. Now, how do I know that this H1 has realigned itself with the daily time frame? What is the criteria to see that price has realigned itself with the daily time frame from a downtrend to an uptrend? It actually varies, but there are two simple reasons. Number one, a lower high must be taken out by price. See, and what are lower highs? See, this is a lower high. That's one. This is also another lower high here. This is two. Once price takes out a lower high, there are actually multiple criteria. One of them can be when price fails to create a new lower low, and then price creates breaks the previous lower low and changes to a lower high, higher high, and then creates a new higher low. Essentially, what I'm saying is that this lower high here, if price is able to take it out, how will price take it out? Price has to close above it, see, and then give us pullback. And I expect to see a pullback here. After taking out that higher low, I expect price to now begin to adjust and align itself with the daily uptrend. See it? This lower high must be violated by price because that's the last lower high. Once price takes it out and then price gives us a new higher low, then the thing as we adjusted to what the uptrend, the higher time frame is doing, we can then begin to position for a buy on Australian dollar, Canadian dollar. All right. So I expect to see price to do that. That will be my reason to buy. My reason to sell, however, if I'm going to sell on this same chart, is that price must fail where it is right now. Price must fail to create a new higher high. It means price must not take out any previous lower high, and then I would position for a sell. But because the higher time frame is pushing bullish, and I expect the pullback to end anytime soon, I need a new, what's it called? Lower high to be broken, and then a new higher high to be formed. So the same concept that we are saying for, what's it called? Australian dollar, Canadian dollar, we should also expect to see that as well for the Aussie dollar. Sorry, for the NZD and Canadian dollar. All right. So right now, above this resistance, I expect price to give me a breakout and retest. That would be a fantastic signal to just buy, to buy long term even. So if price goes above this resistance and gives me pullback, I can easily begin to position for my buy. But right now, as I speak, or as we speak rather, this downtrend or this pullback is going to create a clear downtrend for me on the lower time frame. So my reason to buy will be price should take out a higher low. Price has to take out, a lower high rather, because it's a downtrend. So this lower high, price has to take it out. If price is not taking out this, what's it called, lower high, then price has to fail to go above it. My reason to buy will be the break of the lower high. My reason to sell will be price will retest that area and fail to break above it. Signal to sell, green first, followed by red. My signal to buy will be a break, pullback. Just basic knowledge. So many of these opportunities might be ready later today, tomorrow. British pounds, Canadian dollar. This is a clear example of a buy trade. As you can see, look at what we have on British pounds, Canadian dollar. This is aligned with our second reason to buy. Okay, so you see our second reason to buy, breakout and retest of a resistance. See, that's what this guy here is doing. British pounds, Canadian dollar. So we already have a breakout and retest of this resistance. So I need this candle to close bullish for me to begin to position for my buy. As a swing trader, I want this candle to close bullish, and I will buy. Then my stop loss will be this lower high, target as high as this. So as a swing trader, that will give me a nice 1:2. But as a day trader, let me scale down to the lower time frame. And for me to buy, the key level must be taken out by price. What is that? The lower high. This is the lower high. Where price is right now, price is testing the lower high. Price has to go above it for me to see that it has been violated by price. You see, once there's a close above this lower high, I can begin to scale in my buy, or I can simply wait for a break and a retest. So, because we are seeing potential buy signals on AUD card, NZD card, British pounds card, there's a very high tendency that the Canadian dollar is weak. See it? Yes. So that is how I'll be approaching the British pounds card. It's also a possible uh, buy opportunity. Just wait for the price to break that level, and then we can begin to scale in on our buy. Euro card is approaching the resistance. It's definitely overbought. Definitely we can buy. Um, Canadian CHF has returned back to its consolidation. So for Canadian CHF, you want to be careful with it. They are both weak, but we expect one to be weaker than the other one. It might be to a large extent, according to the technical evidence we have here, and largely be this CHF, the Switzerland franc, that would be weak. Why weaker than the Canadian dollar? Why do I say that? Why? Because price has returned back to a support level. It has given us pullback. This is the pullback down to this level here. A reason to scaling on a buy has happened here. You can see the bearish candle and the bullish candle, right? So as a swing trader, take buy now. See, take profit high, all right? So let me do that on my MT5, and then we'll look at gold and indices. Right, so let me do CAD CHF here. CAD CHF. Then we'll look at the gold and the index. CAD CHF here. Chart window. It's this. Right, so I'm picking this trade first as a swing trader. Right, so I want this to run for a while. My stop loss would be simply down. Then I can target a 1:3. But as a day trader, I need to see signs to go bullish. What are some of the signs to go bullish? I can see similarly double bottom here, so support level, and I can see price to give us a pullback. So at CHF also can be focusing on a buy for me to take advantage of the up move, right? So let's go over to the commodity sector. Let me first start off with gold. Let me first start off with gold, and we'll look at the index. So the gold, apparently, giving us very strong bullish move for many days, largely due to the worldly events that is going on. All right. So technically, there is no news today for the US dollar that may affect gold. We would only have such news from tomorrow. So from tomorrow, we'll begin to have news that can potentially affect the gold market. Today, what I'll be looking at for gold, because the trend that I can see, and because the trend is my friend, is a downtrend. I can just see a downtrend. So I'll be thinking of sales alone. Is price violating levels, key levels? Yes, price is doing that. So gold as a day trader, I'll be positioning for a sell because that's what I can say. Except price is taking out any key level. And what are the key levels? A lower high. So at what point would I like to sell? I would like to wait for scenarios that can give me the best risk possible, the lowest risk possible, and can position me to make the most out of my trade. All right. So remember our reasons for sell. This one is a clear downtrend. Number one, I would like to sell when this price pulls back to this level. That's one. Yes. And it's already testing that area right now. So I would love to see price go back there for me to sell. My stop loss would just be above here. And then I can target a nice 1:1 or 1:1.5. All right. What is my signal to sell? I need Number one, where price is right now, price must not take out that level. See, price must not take out this retest level, the retest of the previous lower low. So I need to see the bearish candle, especially in this London section that we are moving into fully. I need to see the close of the bearish candle here for me to enter a sell. Today, I'll be thinking of sell alone for gold. But from tomorrow, because of the CPI, I would want to hold on until after the news is out for me to take positions on the gold chart. Right? Okay. So I have a question yes around gold. Let me take that question and then we'll move on to it. During the live trading section of Friday afternoon, gold buy instant I entered at since then it has been going down. Since then, I would have counter traded, but the news at 4 p.m. was not the dollar. Believing that it will start reversing. Now I am on 9.8 minutes. So I entered the sell price at level so that I will be able to see potential advice today. What do you advise? I advise that anytime you're positioning for a buy, you need to think of where would this price get to before my buy is wrong. So your buy would only be wrong if you buy and price is breaking or is creating a lower low. The creation of a new lower low signals that your buy is wrong as at that moment. You understand? So you can do one out of two things. Now you've entered both a buy and sell. It means you already have an edged position on that instrument. If you are listening to me, Mr. Solomon, you already have a buy and sell on that gold instrument. So you've edged it. What you can now do is you need to wait for a clear direction and then pick the direction in line with what you are seeing. So with what I am seeing on gold H1 right now is more in the favor of sellers than buyers. Why? Because it is not taking out any lower high. It is rather creating a new lower low and lower high. So the sell is most advisable. If the 9.5K of your account of the negative is less than 5% of your account, then why don't you just close it and then position for a sell? Because losses are the business expenses of trading. Losses are the fee we pay to get into the market. So that's how you should say. If I enter a buy, I need to ask myself, as you can see, as I've been given hints on many instruments, the level where we would know that we are wrong is where we're going to put our stop loss. So for a buy trade, any buy trade, just put your stop loss ahead of time below the previous levels. But gold right now is still in favor of sellers. Still in favor of sellers. So I would prefer that you position more for sales than the buys. All right. Now let's go back to index. Index. Let me go back to the index. Those of us who are asking questions surrounding ADGPY, I believe I've touched it. You can please rewatch the video on YouTube so as to get what I said again, as and similarly not go back to that chart right now. All right. So I need to touch on the index. Let me start off with the DE30. D30 and the index of Germany is consolidating after it recovered. They all recovered from that great fall when the Q3 earnings report of major companies were being released. It was bad for the key components, and right now the D30 has recovered from it. It has currently moved now to a consolidation. So remember, when anytime you are trading, you have to be reactive, not predictive. Trading, you need to be reactive. Don't be predictive. Please be reactive and not predictive. So you need to be reactive to what you are seeing on the chart. What can make you enter a buy? What can make you enter a sell? This is a pure consolidation. Why? Because we are not seeing levels being broken. We are not seeing retest. We are not seeing higher highs, higher lows. We're seeing a clear consolidation. So the best strategy to use for the daily, for the DE30 right now is break of structure. If price breaks above this resistance, then you wait for a pullback and you enter a buy. Or price returns back to this support, wait for bullish candle beside a bearish candle and you buy. And then if price breaks this support, wait for a retest, and then you sell. Just so we know, on those reasons that I painted for us, anytime one of them fails, the other one is there's one that is the correction for it. So this is what I mean. See, anytime you a black marker, yes. Anytime you buy in an uptrend and that uptrend fails, you're supposed to switch directly to downtrend. How do you know that's failed? The only way an uptrend will fail is if the higher low is taken out by price. So once higher low is taken out by price, you easily know that price has changed direction. Just need to wait for a pullback, a lower high, and then you can sell. So anytime an uptrend fails, the downtrend is the correction of the uptrend. Anytime a downtrend fails, the uptrend is the correction of the downtrend. It's as simple as that. So if I should sell in a downtrend and my stop loss is below the previous lower high, the only way I am wrong is if lower high is taken out by price. So then create a higher high and a higher low for it to push bullish. You see it? So if I should sell in a downtrend and I place my stop loss properly and I'm wrong, it should switch me to an uptrend. You see? Anytime reason number two fails, the correction is what we are saying on the other side here. See, anytime this one fails, the correction is what would happen here. Anytime breakout and retest of an horizontal support fails, we'll need to have, this should be breakout and retest of a resistance. It is now a resistance. So breakout and retest of the anytime this one fails, the solution is breakout and retest of a resistance. It's as simple as that, my people. And then, or you can even use, any of them, either the breakout and retest or sell at horizontal resistance. Anyone is right. Anytime this your reason number three fails for a buy, where you bought and then price breaks the support, your solution is breakout and retest of a resistance. It's as simple as that. So one is the correction of the other one. One is the correction of the other one. See it. But you need to be wrong in one first before you can now position for another. See it. So on the chart of this guy, what's it called? DE30. I need to be reactive, not predictive. What I mean is, I need price to either break this resistance area or buy. Price should get the support for me to buy. Price should get below this resistance and give me my signal for sell before I would sell. Or price should break out and retest this support. But right now, price is consolidating. There's no clear trend. There's no clear trend at all on the D30. See it. So majorly, that is what we're going to see on many pairs. US 30 also. They've all, like I just said, they've all recovered from the bad reports that they had for many weeks. Now they are in a very important area. So we need to see change of direction or continuation in direction. Remember, we have to be reactive and not predictive, right? What do I mean? Price is in a resistance area right now, yes, but you need confluence before you can sell. What do I mean confluence? You see this level, this very important level. Price has to take it out and then you sell. There's nothing wrong if you sell now. If you sell now, however, you can just put your stop loss above here. There's absolutely nothing wrong for a sell now. Just put your stop loss above and your TP down. What would happen if your sell is wrong? If your sell is wrong, what will happen is price would have broken this resistance. And anytime price breaks a resistance, when you're a sell and hit your stop loss, All you need to do is to wait for a pullback and then you go buy. That's it. Anytime you lose trade properly while following the market direction, it is already pointing you in the right direction. That's all. So this will be my reason for buy and my reason for sell. My reason for buy on US 30 will be a breakout and retest of that resistance. And why my reason to sell would be if I sell now, there's nothing wrong with my sell. My stop loss will just be above and my take profits will be below, right? So it's going to be similar for all of them. But remember, please have it at the back of your mind that whatever it is we are doing is for today. From tomorrow, all of the news for USD are going to have impact on all of them, all right? They're going to have impact on all of them. Look at the US 100 just on a very nice, what's it called? Break of structure. See, it's sticking out higher. It has created a new higher. Right now, it's forming a close range consolidation. The logic I use in trading this is anytime there's a close range consolidation, just mark out that level, should be in a range of 5,000 to 7,000 pipettes. I measure this, it's around 7,000 pipettes, for example. Then I'll put my buy stop above and sell stop below. Buy stop above and sell stop below. Anytime it is consolidating range of 5,000 to 7,000 pipettes. That's how I approach it all the time. I can show us previous scenarios like that. So this is zoom in more. This is an example. See here, anytime it's consolidating the very close range, I just position for. So this is a close range consolidation. Set 5,000 to 7,000 pipettes. Buy stop above, sell stop below. I expect it to break out and give me one clear direction. So anytime there's a close range on US 100, that is just how I approach it. Anytime I am wrong, I'm always using a 1:2, a 1:2, so that one higher high, a 1:2, so that one loss for me to take me 2 losses to take out any one of my profits. See it? So anytime there's a close range consolidation, that's just how I approach the US 100 because it's a very volatile index. See, when I see that close range consolidation from the start of the Asian market into the London market, I'm just marking out scenarios where all of this has happened before. See, close range consolidation, just put a buy stop and a sell stop as I have done. Especially if the range is 5,000 to 7,000 pipettes. Then position for breakout and use a 1:2. All right. So that will be all on money market review. What's it called? The pairs that we are looking at to trade for today, right? What do I mean by 1:2? The position of your stop loss to your entry, and then from your entry to your take profit. So if you entered a buy, let's say you entered a buy here. If you entered a buy down here and your stop loss is here, 1:2 means twice of your stop loss area is where you will put your take profits. That's the meaning of 1:2. All right. Please, can we get a video of a better insight on the higher highs and higher lows of the lecture? Yes, please. You can attend that training in any of our physical offices, or you attend the online training. Please message your account manager, tell him or her that you want to be added or you want to attend the next BTC, online trading class that will be talking about the highs and higher highs and higher. That's the technical analysis part. Then you'll be able to get that training, sir. All right. Let's talk about US 100. I have done that. I've done that already, sir. It is consolidating closely. Just position for a buy stop or a sell stop, right? Please kindly show how you pick up the tools to these different items. So using a laptop. So the symbols are just simply above here. Insert here is where I pick the shapes. Then I'll click on the rectangle and highlight whatever it is I want to highlight. And then this is the trend line I use in mapping out my higher highs and higher lows. All right. It's as simple as that. Please just play your way around those tools and then you will get it. Or you will rewatch this video all over again. But majorly I use insert shapes, rectangle, and then the trend lines, horizontal lines, thereabouts. Yes. How do we set time frame? Where did you mark for pips for US 100? I said 5,000 to 7,000 pipette range. When it is consolidating like that, just expect a breakout, right? God bless you too, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Sir, how do we set the time frame on and what effect does it have on the chart? We are supposed to use multiple time frame to analyze a single instrument. Please, Mr. Abdul Malik Yusuf, please try and attend any of our physical classes or online classes. It's a sign that you still need more training on the understanding of time frame, sir. All right. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, everyone, for your time today. Um I wish us a fantastic week ahead. All profits trading. I'll see you some other time again. Have a good